Good evening, it's 9 o'clock here in Djibouti, time for the English news, and welcome to our newsroom. Here we have the headlines of this Monday, January 25th. The head of state inaugurates a solar central power plant. It was this morning in Adelu locality, part of the Tadjoura regions. And at the international scene, European Union ministers met for informal talks in Amsterdam.
Thanks for joining us. Djibouti is building a smaller solar power plant to supply electricity in Adelu village, which is one of the localities of Tadjoura region. It is in this sense that today the head of state, Ismail Omar Guelleh, was the special guest of Adelu inhabitant to launch the smaller central solar and sports platform. On the sidelines, the president said has laid the first foundation stone of the future prefecture and Adelu College. Finalizing this project were a promise the head of state has made for the population in 2002 in his towers in the regions. Upon his arrival by helicopter in Adelu, the president was hosted by the Minister of Energy Ali Yaqub, the Minister of Interior Hassan Omar Mohammed, and the regional authority. The population was mobilized for hosting the president in a solemn and happy mood. The president and community leaders came from all locations of Adelu city, Adoila, Gurra, Giruri, Asagaila. The solar central has been produced by the Ministry of Energy in partnership with South Korea company. During the first phase of electrification, Adelu will be free by following the methods that will be installed in each household. A representative committee will be designed to manage the solar power plant, and 5 people will be hired for its operation. The president attended a presentation of Minister of Environment. Adelu, it is scheduled to launch the construction of creation and tools manually to fight unemployment. Traditional dances and poems depicting the diverse realization of the head of state enhance the diverse realization and its commitment to ensure constant peace throughout their territory and mainly in Tadjoura region, an event which mobilized the entire Tadjoura people and mainly industry We'ima. The electrification project city of Adelu was initiated by the President of the Republic in the framework of the Solar Village.
يلي قبركاد كبركو فيه أتونك أكيد تايفو في شعبي كل يبدي أجيد ككنبا ومسك الدنبو أفرّي أيداد كير الرسول أتركي بينبا ومسك الدايدو عل دي بعد كورن أفريقي قد عاصمة عند الدفكرة رفيرسي في ركتني وهن عراي قمسا ما يسعك وادبلي.
And after the warming of welcome, the head of state, Ismail Omar Guelleh, has inaugurated the smaller solar power plant of these parts of the region of Tajura, an event that mobilized the entire Tajura region, mainly Wa'ima sector. This project of electrification of the city of Adailu was initiated by the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, within the solar village. Adailu has, as the whole of the country, known as development of its infrastructure in the various fields of health, education, agriculture, as well energy sector. These solar power plants will be feeding the whole city and especially Adailu, and significantly will improve the living condition of Adailu population. Furthermore, the inauguration of these solar power plants will be positive and will have an outstanding impact on the population of Adailu. Let's not forget that the head of state has also inaugurated today a new sport platform to promote sports. The head of state has said in the emerging of this ceremony the first foundation stone of the public administrative building, sub-prefect of Adailu, and the new building will house the following courses of basic educations.
For the first time, the head of the village of Adailu didn't know felt to thank the President of the Republic for the visit. For more detail, listen to the chief of the village. Mr. President, we say welcome to you. The people of Wa'ima somewhere that the other wish you loud welcome. Wa'ima, the region, even though it is a bit far from the capital of our president, if we look closely, and we are aware of this, and we say welcome all Wa'ima's people, support you from your first election.
The spokesperson of the Sultanate, Hamad Barkhad Siraj, took the floor in emphasizing the history of this village. He enlightened on the public about the good relation. Let's take a listen.
Permettez-moi tout d'abord, Monsieur le Président, de vous souhaiter la bienvenue dans la capitale historique du sultanat de Tadjoura.
Let me first, Mr. President, share of you want to welcome in the historic capital of the Sultanate of Tadjoura. Adailu, that is no longer a village but a city in the making. It is a place of history because here was placed almost a millennium the advent of Haral Mahis. It is here that was thrown vast customary ancestors of Adal. Mr. President, on behalf of the Sultanate of Tadjoura, we reiterate our unwavering support we offer for the project company that you conduct tirelessly to improve the living condition of all Djiboutian society. The president of the Fruit Party, Ali Mohammed Dawood, which is native of Adailu village, highlighted the real social policy of the head of the state, and this day will commemorate the history of this village, which is the cradle of the Afar culture. Listen to him.
Au nom de la population de la région de Wa'ima et des résidents du village d'Adailu,
on behalf of the people of the Wa'ima and the residents of the village of Adailu, we welcome you to our village. It is not for the first time you come to honor with your presence the village of Adailu. As you know, Adailu is a cradle of the history of the Afar people, and no one can deny that among the inhabitants in York, wherever it is located, is some 200 meters that was welcomed by Haral Mahis, which is the eponymous apostle of Ad Ali today. He was greeted by Haral Mahis. He is the Able's ancestors of today.
The head of state, Ismail Omar Guelleh, has in his speech stressed on the importance of using solar energy that will change the life condition of Adailu inhabitants. Let's hear it from the head of state.
Mesdames et messieurs, monsieur le sultan, chers compatriotes, je suis heureux de me trouver aujourd'hui.
Today I'm delighted to be among you for the inauguration of the solar central for Adailu's village, which will soon be the turn of Asaila. This is the first step in a program that has extensive objectives to promote renewable energy for all the residents in rural area in the country. Rural electrification is a prominent step to any economic and social development, and today this infrastructure is observed to reduce the gap between rural and urban and answer to a legitimate extraction of rural population to access for a better life. We have in this spirit the voluntarily privileged concept of solar village, using renewable energy in rural areas, since our country has the high potential available when it comes to solar and wind power. Furthermore, the costs of production are almost zero when it comes from natural endless resources without consideration. Today, the problem related to the production of the environment component is important for the sustainable development. In fact, using clean energy means preserving nature, tackling pollution and deforestation, protecting the human beings and livestock. In other words, all this means to ensure the sustainable development. Reliable energy supply remains one of the key elements to support local economy development and contribute to reduce poverty. The village of Adailu and its surroundings will therefore witness modernity. In fact, from this electrification, the inhabitants of Adailu will see the extended space environment and will see how spectacular it will be. From there will emerge sparkling offers services in any kind. This project will induce sub-opportunities, and I will mention only the most important ones: human hydraulic, healthcare sentence, education. Today I'm delighted to be with you and to see the effect that this structure will have on the people living in Adailu. And without a doubt, this will improve the living standard and will emerge economic activities that will generate huge incomes for the people of Adailu.
Adailu شعبي أنا هاي تقول شعبي أنا هاي جيبوتي جمهورية أنا هاي والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
The Minister of Communication in charge of Post and Telecommunication, Ali Hassan Bahdoun, took to say that on the communication plan, Adailu will benefit now of a GSM network which already existed, but especially an internet network reliable. The Minister was on site this morning in the company of the President of the Republic. The work done in this plant is huge. Thought we know the region is surrounded by mountains to transmit the signal, and the contact will be made from die related to the antenna for the transmission to be made. The company in charge of the project needed internet and to fulfill this project. I would like to thank the people who have made this to see the light. The head of state have been the initiator of this project, and the South Korean company who realized this today know deeply that the Republic of Djibouti is a country of peace, which instability thought they could choose any country anywhere in the world. They have chosen Djibouti for these reasons.
The Energy Minister in charge of Natural Resource, Ali Yaqub Mahmoud, has in his turn said today our presence in this part of the Djibouti is related to the inauguration of the new solar central power plant made by the head of state. This program, he said, is among many other projects which are to create solar central plant or wind power for the region of the country, those who are not linked to the national electric network. Ali Ade was the first, Adailu, and many others will follow, he said. And as you can see, Djibouti Telecom has launched a 3G antenna which will soon be a 4G for this solar to be repaired by distance. The head of state will also lay the first foundation stone of the public administrative building, a sport platform, and so on. All these projects, he said, are made so that everyone could find anything he wants at that very same place. It will soon generate jobs and opportunities.
The Minister of the Environment, Mr. Mohammed Musa Ibrahim Balala, was happy about this project, which was an initiative of the head of state, and he said that this project will contribute massively to the safety of the environment.
And for his part, the Secretary of State for Youth and Sport, Badul Hassan Badul, has in an interview highlighted the importance of this great project that will have beneficial impact for the inhabitants of Adailu locality. He said that today we are gathered with him to launch the smaller central solar and sport platform, and for that all the government members are all in attendance. But the one thing I'm very delighted, he said, the inauguration of this sports complex where the youth of Adailu can and will take an active part among the other region at the National Youth Games.
In this important day, few people outstanding impressed about the achievement of this solar central plant spoke their minds. Let's listen to what they had to say.
Korea. I am the system designer of this power plant. This power plant is basically consists of photovoltaic and energy storage system, and the surplus energy is stored in the battery, and at night the power is supplied by the battery system. And I hope this power plant will upgrade the village people's happiness.
After construction of this power plant, all the people in Adailu will be happy. Yes, we expect. And our company would like to have more projects in Djibouti.
Moving on now to Sudan, where the Djiboutian ambassador in Sudan, Ahmed Ali Abarre, has been received yesterday by Yahya Mohamed Khairi, the State Minister of Defense of the National Republic of Sudan. The discussion on the agenda were about the bilateral relation between the two countries and the inauguration of the military hospital in Djibouti by the Sudan head of state, Omar Hassan al-Bashir. In the first place, the Djiboutian ambassador have conveyed the greetings of the Djiboutian Defense Minister Hassan Darar Oufani and the Army Chief of Staff Major General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim. The State Minister of Defense has reassured the Djiboutian ambassador and has confirmed the availability of the ministerial department to help the Djiboutian people for the inauguration of this hospital.
We have learned with great regret the death of the late Hassan Ismail Ubesh, known as Kodakh, at the Hospital General Pelletier. Fire Hassan Ismail Ubesh, known as Kodakh, has many functions where he has been an employee of the railway Djibouti, Ethiopia from 1965 to 1998, then Deputy Director General representing the Djiboutian part from 1982 to 1989. Fire Hassan Ismail Ubeish, known as Koda, has also been technical advisor at the Ministry of Transport and the Department of the Telecommunication before being member within the UNP during 10 years. Currently, Fire Hassan Ismail Ubeish was on retirement from the National Assembly. The deceased Hassan Ismail Ubeish was like his companion to fight a large independentist activist known for his selflessness and his sense of duty. The deceased left behind him 8 children and 17 small children. May the Almighty grant his eternal paradise. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un.
Let's pass now at the continental news. In Cameroon, 4 suicide bombers have killed more than 20 people in a village in the far north of Cameroon. 2 bombers struck the Boro central market, while others hit the town's main entrance and exit roads. It's the most deadly in a string of recent attacks in the region, which is based by violence connected to the Islamist militant group Boko Haram. Today's bombing is not the first time Bodo has been targeted. 2 female suicide bombers blew themselves up at the end of December. Officials say at the time they had been prevented from entering the market. No other people were injured. We will give you more details with our next news.
And now in the international news, still on the migrant crisis, European Interior and Justice Minister have been meeting in Amsterdam to discuss the migrants crisis and a common European Union borders forces the European Commissions. The European Commissioner for Migration said it was to member states to deliver a proposal. Dimitrios Avramopoulos said, "You know the main thing and ensure the free movement within the Schengen zone. It is obvious that we have to better manage our external borders. So I welcome the initiative taken by the Dutch presidency to give us a priority to the European Union borders and Coast Guard. Continued the informal get-together is the first of its kind during the Dutch European Union presidency and comes days after the Dutch Prime Minister says Europe had weeks to find a few for in the ongoing migration crisis." As the meeting gets underway, human rights group Amnesty International filed a boat with mannequins to symbolize the often overcrowded and unsuffered conditions facing migrants and refugees trying to get to Europe.
So that's it for tonight news. Thank you for being with us, and more headlines coming up tomorrow at same time and same hours.